Hello everyone, I hope you're having a great day. In this video, I'm going to show you 10 overpowered and super fun builds that will change your Elden Ring experience for good. First of all, in 10th place we have the Corrupted Vyke, a great spear build inspired on the Knight Vyke, who was the closest tarnished to become Elden Lord before he was scorched by the Frenzied Flame. This build is based entirely on dexterity and faith, is very easy to use and is perfectly suitable for all playstyles. Don't forget that every gameplay clip of this video was recorded on New Game Plus 7, so you can expect a lot of more damage from each build if you are in a lower New Game cycle. We will be dealing physical and fire damage, therefore we are going to adjust our equipment to get the most out of it. Our main weapon will be the Vyke's War Spear upgraded to +10, and we need the Frenzied Flame Seal to boost the power of our incantations and to cast our main buffs. I'm going to be rocking the Fingerprint set to get the cool Vyke's Rip. We will be using the Ritual Sword Talisman, the Shard of Alexander, the Fire Scorpion Charm and the Axe Talisman. In the physic we are going to use the Flame Shrouding Crack tier and the Spike Crack tier. And we need the following stats: 40 on Vigor, 35 on Endurance, Dexterity on 80 and Faith on 65. Golden Vow and Hall of Shabriri will be our main buffs. The Flame of Frenzy, Unendurable Frenzy and Frenzied Burst are powerful incantations that fit this build very well. Before going to the next spot, we have a quick message from today's video sponsor. MMOEXP is the best web service where you can easily acquire as much runes and items as you wish for an amazing price. Use my code CarlosN to get a 5% discount on your purchases. Thanks MMOEXP for sponsoring today's video. Moving forward into the 9th place, we have Gods from Berserk, a fantastic great sword build designed to destroy the toughest enemies with the less effort possible. This monster can completely obliterate everything in just a few seconds. It is important to mention that this build has a very fast-paced combat regardless of being a colossal sword build. The main weapon of this build is the +25 greatsword with the Lion's Claw Ash of War on the heavy affinity. We need any seal we have available to cast our buffs, and we are going to use the Knight's Cavalry set. It goes perfect with the build and it has great defense stats as well. The best talismans for this build are the Ritual Sword Talisman, the Shard of Alexander, the Lightning Scorpion Charm and the Axe Talisman. In our Flask of Wondrous Physic, the Spike Crack tier and the Stone Barb Crack tier will do the thing. This build consumes a lot of stamina, so crafting some pickled turtlenecks is not a bad idea. To get the max performance of this build, we are going to level up Vigor to 50, Endurance to 47, Strength to 99 and Faith to 33. Golden Vow, Vyke's Dragon Bolt and Hall of Shabriri are going to be your main buffs, and they need to be used in that specific order. Next, defending its place on this list, the Void Bandit appears. A ruthless combination between agile melee combat and destructive range power, this incredible build is perfect to face every possible scenario, being particularly effective when dealing with huge enemies that doesn't move a lot. Void Bandit will definitely be in a higher place if it wasn't for the high FP requirement it has. Our main weapons will be the Wink of Astel and the Lusat's Glintstone Staff, both upgraded to +10. In left hand, we will equip the Meteorite Staff to boost the power of our spells, and we will use any seal we have available to cast our buffs. I'm going to use the Alberich Robe on its altered version with the Traveler's Gloves and Grips. The Ritual Sword Talisman, the Shard of Alexander, the Magic Scorpion Charm and the Gripping Mask Talisman are the perfect talismans for this build. In the Flask, we need to use the Magic Shrouding Crack tier and the Cerulean Hidden tier. We must level up Vigor to 40, Endurance to 35, Dexterity to 40, Intelligence to 80 and Faith to 33. Golden Vow and Hall of Shabriri will be our main buffs. The Meteorite of Astel and Rock Sling are perfect spells for this build. Moving to the 7th place, we have the Crucible Knight Siluria, also known as the Holy Sniper. This build is designed to be played at any range, but it will shine the most with medium distance encounters. Even though it's not the most powerful weapon of this list, it's very easy and fun to use. If the damage type was not holy, this thing will be insanely broken. The Siluria's tree on +10 will be our main weapon, and we will get the best scaling from our stats with the Claw Mark seal. But feel free to pick the one of your preference. Also, choose any armor set you want, but the Crucible Tree set is perfect for this setup. In this case, the most powerful talismans are the Ritual Sword Talisman, the Shard of Alexander, the Sacred Scorpion Charm and the Godfrey Icon. In our Flask of Wondrous Physic, we are going to be using the Holy Shrouding Crack tier and the Spike Crack tier. This weapon consumes a lot of stamina, so don't be afraid to craft some pickled turtleneck. In order to get the true potential of this build, we are going to level up Vigor to 40, Endurance to 35, Strength to 80 and we will keep Dexterity and Faith on 40. Golden Vow and Hall of Shabriri will be our buffs, and with these stats we can use all the Crucible Knight incantations. Now we have one of the most classic builds of this game, the Bloody Raptor, a dual-wielding phase-based build created to break Elden Ring entirely. I must be honest guys, and I don't like the aesthetics of this build, but holy cow bro, this thing does real damage and it's quite easy to use. There are a lot of versions of this build, but my favorite is 2 Beastman's Corpse Swords upgraded to +25 with the Seppuku Ash of War in the Blood affinity. Any seal we have available to cast our buffs, and the armor set will be the White Mask and the Raptor's Black Feathers, which increase our damage on bleed procs and jump attacks respectively. The Ritual Sword Talisman, the Lord of Blood's Exaltation, the Millicent's Prosthesis and the Rodin Windsor Insignia will get the max power of this amazing build. In the Physic Flask, use the Fate Note Crystal tier and the Thorny Crack tier. We are going to be dealing physical damage only, so Blood Bowl Aromatic will be the best body buff, but Hall of Shabriri is a great option as well. For some reason this build drains stamina like crazy, so I wouldn't think twice about crafting pickled turtlenecks. The best stats for this build are 40 on Vigor, 40 on Endurance, and 70 on Strength and Arcane. Golden Vow and Hall of Shabriri will be our main buffs. Things are getting serious now. In 5th place we have the Stone Warrior, personally my favorite stance breaking build. Who will think that the best stance breaking weapon will be dealing lightning damage? As you probably wonder, lightning is my favorite elemental damage of Elden Ring. I find it very powerful and stylish. The power of this build is so insane that even in New Game Plus 7 it's possible to completely stunlock Malenia until she's gone. We are going to be using the Dragon King's Crackblade on plus 10 and any seal we have available to cast our buffs. I am using the Gold Mask Racks, the Queen's Manchettes, and the All Sorcerer's Leg Wraps. It's more than obvious that this is not optimal, so feel free to pick the armor set you like the most. The best talismans for this build are the Ritual Sword Talisman, the Shard of Alexander, the Lightning Scorpion Charm, and the All Lord's Talisman. In our Flask of Wondrous Physique, we will be using the Stonebarb Cracktear and the Lightning Shrouding Cracktear. To get the most out of this build, we need to level up Vigor to 40, Endurance to 35, Strength to 53, Dexterity to 80, and Faith to 33. Of course, Golden Vow and Hall of Shabriri are going to be our main buffs. As incredible as it sounds, the Black Flame is a very amazing source of damage, and with the Gloam-eyed Queen we will take it to the limits. This build is completely inspired on the Godskin and Black Flame related enemies we find across our Elden Ring gameplay. The Godslayer's Greatsword, which is the main weapon of the build, is at the same time the quickest colossal sword with the R1 attacks and the slowest with the unique skill Queen's Black Flame, so your playstyle might affect the performance of the build a little bit. The Godslayer's Greatsword must be upgraded to plus 10 and we need the Godslayer seal to boost the power of our incantations and to cast our main buffs. The Black Flame Monk set goes wild with this build, so I strongly recommend you to use this one. The best talismans we can choose are the Ritual Sword Talisman, the Shard of Alexander, the Fire Scorpion Charm, and the Axe Talisman. About our Flask of Wondrous Physique, we will be using the Flame Shrouding Cracktear and the Stonebarb Cracktear. Be sure to craft some of these bad boys cause this thing drains stamina like crazy. To get the max scaling benefits, we need to level up Vigor to 40, Endurance to 38, 40 on Strength, 80 on Dexterity, and Faith to 42. Golden Vow and Hall of Shabriri are going to be our main buffs again. Black Flame, Noble Presence, and Black Flame Ritual are very useful incantations for this build. Noble Presence sends Malenia flying to the moon. If you are looking for a broken yet stylish build, that is definitely the Sanguine Noble. Combining the Verduvia and the Bloody Helix, we are going to destroy everything in such a unique and flashy way. I was not aware of the true power of this combo until I decided to test it a little bit by myself. You have everything you need with this build: high damage, high style, and as if that was not enough, we have bleed build up and good iframes. The Bloody Helix and the Verduvia will be our main weapons, both must be upgraded to plus 10 and we need any seal we have available to cast our buffs. Be sure to be using a better armor set. I decided to go for the Lord of Blood's drop to keep the vibe of the build shining. The Ritual Sword Talisman, the Shard of Alexander, the Lord of Blood's Exaltation, and the Rodden Windsor Insignia will make a monster of this build. In the Physic Flask, the Spike Cracktear and the Thorny Cracktear are perfect for the job. As this is a purely physical damage build, the best body buff is Blood Boil Aromatic. However, you can use Hall of Shabriri if you don't like crafting. The best stats for this build are 40 on Vigor, Endurance 30, we will level up Dexterity to 50, 33 on Faith, and 80 on Arcane. Golden Vow and Hall of Shabriri will be our main buffs. I wasn't prepared for this build, but the Bloodhound's Fang with Bloodflame is such a powerful combination and it looks amazing as well. The God Eater is not difficult to use but requires patience and awareness of the fight to use it effectively. The most aggressive you are, the better results you will get. However, if you are not careful enough, it's over for you. The Bloodhound's Fang must be upgraded to plus 10 and we need any seal to cast our buffs. I will be rocking the Raging Wolf set, the classic one to boost the drips, and the best talismans for this build are the Ritual Sword Talisman, the Shard of Alexander, the Fire Scorpion Charm, and the Lord of Blood's Exaltation. In our Flask of Wondrous Physique, we are going to use the Spike Cracktear and the Stonebarb Cracktear. This build is going to perform amazing as long as we level up Vigor to 40, Endurance to 30, Strength to 60, Dexterity to 80, and Faith to 33. Golden Vow, Hall of Shabriri, and Bloodflame Blade will be our main buffs. And the most overpowered build of this video is no one but the Duality Paladin, the Sword of Night and Flame, the Magic and Fire build. Even though this weapon was nerfed multiple times, it does still have a great power that everyone should see. The magic attack of this weapon is a shocking stream of magic power, while the fire attack is a tremendous wave of flames. Both of them are pretty OP, but the magic one is the bump. The Sword of Night and Flame must be upgraded to plus 10. We need any staff, but the Asus Glintstone staff will help us to cast the spells faster. And we need any seal to cast our main buffs. The best armor set for this build will be the Spellblade set. It will boost our damage by a total of 8% when using all pieces of the set. The Ritual Sword Talisman, the Shard of Alexander, the All Lord's Talisman will be our best talisman combo. Despite building the character around both elements at the same time is possible, to me it's better to change the setup a little bit to maximize the damage of each one. So if you wanna go for magic, you will be using the Magic Scorpion Scorpion Charm, and in the Flask of Wonders Physic the Magic Shrouding character and the Stonebarb character. And if you prefer fire, then choose the Fire Scorpion Charm and the Flame Shrouding character with the Fate Note instead. This weapon consumes a lot of stamina, so grab some pickled turtlenecks. To get the best performance of this build, we will level up Vigor to 40, Endurance to 35, Intelligence to 99, and Fate to 47. In the same way, Golden Vow and Hall of Shabriri will be our main buffs, and we will use Terra Magica to boost our magic damage significantly. Let me know in the comment section what do you think of these builds. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. That way you will support me a lot. Have a great day guys, my name is Carlos and I'll see you in the next one.